Now at 6 o'clock, we're kicking off a KGW weather impact alert day as we head towards 90 degrees this afternoon and what could be the hottest day of the year tomorrow. Info on local cooling shelters, other ways to beat the heat, and Rod Hill's complete forecast all coming up.
We're also tracking the largest wildfire in the state this morning. The Cram Fire burning near Madras in Central Oregon has exploded to 20,000 acres. We'll have the latest on efforts to contain it.
And we are just minutes away, maybe even just moments away at this point, from learning the new name of Portland's new WNBA team. So are we going to get a reboot of the Portland Fire, or will the brand new team get a brand new name? We'll let you know as we kick off the 6 o'clock hour of Sunrise right now.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Tuesday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. It is a Tuesday morning. It's the day we learn the new name of our new WNBA team. At least three of us said already we all think it's going to be the Portland Fire. Chris is holding out.
Well, now that was before I had the intel that you guys had with the tip of the cap on social media there. So
Nobody had
Wait, no, intel.
It was just a feeling here.
All right, last chance to vote before we learn. Who here thinks it's going to be Portland Fire? Raise your hand.
Okay.
Oh, Chris is on board now. Clean sweep. We'll see. Again, guys, we could learn this maybe in the next minute or two.
I'm looking at Twitter.
Okay.
I'm keeping a watch.
I'm looking at Rod.
I never thought Christopher would be the guy that just goes with the crowd, man.
We broke him down, Rod.
We did. All right, we have the heat advisory. This starts at noon today. Today's more of what we've been having, kind of low 90s, 94 degrees, but tomorrow with the heat advisory still in play, upper 90s is something we have not quite done, and the heat advisory does extend out into the gorge into Hood River. So we'll be watching this afternoon and especially during the heat of the day tomorrow. And notice exhaustion, heat stroke, something we'll be watching for, 94 to 100 degrees. That 100 possibility is still at least possible tomorrow afternoon. So again, plan your day accordingly. A reminder as we look at a beautiful morning out in the gorge, the heat advisory does extend all the way into the Hood River area. A beautiful shot this morning from Elk Ridge Golf Course out in Carson. They're watering the grass. Well, that makes sense, right? Here's a look at the Rose City camera. Beautiful sunny start. It's comfortable out there. We're at 56 degrees. It's actually one of the cooler starts, despite the talk of heat. It's one of the cooler starts we've had over the last week or so. I do have us warming up quickly, though, in the 11 o'clock hour. 80 at noon, the impact alert up for the hot weather. 94 expected this afternoon at 5 p.m. That's your forecast.
Rod, thanks for that. Let's get you back into Clark County. Been watching this morning for the last little while. I-5 near SR 500 in the vicinity near 39th Street. Photojournalist Eric Patterson on the scene. It looks like Clark County and also Vancouver PD, Clark County Sheriff's Office as well. Checking out this earlier crash. The ramps are open from 39th Street to I-5, but I just want to let you know, be on the lookout for them. Highway 26 out near the Sylvan Hills, zipping right along, guys. We are still operating at a speed limit clip on this Tuesday morning. Back to you.
Hey, Chris, we've got the answer. We've got that breaking news about our WNBA team. It is now official. Just moments ago, the Oregonian reporting that the new Portland WNBA team will be called the Portland Fire. What was once before is new again. It was just announced again a few minutes ago. So there's going to be a big launch party kicking off at 3 o'clock today at the Moda Center. The team is going to celebrate its name. It's going to celebrate the new logo. It's actually a pretty cool logo. We'll bring that to you this morning as well. We will also live stream all the festivities from today's Portland launch party starting at 3 o'clock on KGW+. And now we want to have a little fun with this. So now that we know the name, what are your thoughts? What do you think of the team's new, old name? The Portland Fire coming back here. You can text your opinions. 503-226-5088 is the text line, and we'll share as many of your answers as we can over the course of the Sunrise Show.
Now let's get to your other news of the morning. The Cram Fire burning in Central Oregon near Madras has exploded to 20,000 acres. Officials say it's now the largest wildfire burning in the state. Firefighters say gusty winds caused it to grow to the south and east, sparking evacuation orders, including the Ashwood community. Here's a look at the evacuation map. The red zone is where level 3 go now orders are in place. Yellow is level 2 be set, and green is level 1 be ready.
Governor Kotek authorized more state resources to fight not only the Cram Fire, but also the Highland Fire. That's the one burning in Crook County, 2 miles south of Prineville. FEMA also freed up federal money to help with this fight. The Highland Fire has burned just over 700 acres. We also know it's 30% contained. Evacuation orders are still in place, but it doesn't look like this fire has destroyed any structures.
I was already contemplating tying my clothes together to lower my child down, and then I was going to jump.
That's what went through one mother's mind when she realized that her East Portland apartment building was on fire. She says that she woke to someone yelling and grabbing her 5-year-old son. But when she tried to escape through the front door, she ran into a wall of flames. That's when she busted out the screen window, and thankfully firefighters came to her and her son's rescue. Now, the man accused of starting that fire, 40-year-old Sean Swartz, appeared in court yesterday. He's charged with 6 counts of first-degree arson, among other crimes. Investigators says Swartz used gasoline to start the fire in his first floor unit. More than a dozen people lost their homes.
I think the biggest one is probably anger, because first of all, like us 5 families in the front, we all could have died, and my son and I were so close to dying.
Portland Fire says one of the victims that jumped out the window remains in the hospital.
The suspect charged with shooting and killing a man across from the Central Library in downtown Portland earlier this month has pleaded not guilty. 26-year-old Hassam Muse is accused of killing 50-year-old Douglas Ivers. The charges against Muse include murder, unlawful use of a weapon, and aggravated harassment. He's due back in court next month. Also appearing in court Monday, the man accused of stealing an excavator last month and using it to break into a drive-through ATM. This happened at a U.S. bank over in Clackamas on Sunnyside Road. Matthew Armour faces several charges, including aggravated theft and conspiracy. He's being held in jail on $60,000 bail. There is a second suspect in this case who's also facing charges. And a former Catholic school vice principal is under arrest, indicted on 4 counts of sex abuse. Christopher Siebert is accused of abusing a minor while working at Regis St. Mary's in Stayton between 2022 and 2023. He also worked at St. Joseph Catholic School in Salem. Anyone with information about Siebert or the charges against him should call Stayton Police.
Just in time for all the heat we're going to see this week, a 1940s era pool has reopened in North Portland after it was closed for a year for repairs. Pier Pool has been around for more than 80 years, but last year equipment at the pool failed a week into the swimming season.
As a community, we depend on swimming pools for cooling and learning to swim and places of gathering, but suddenly the pool closed with no opening in sight. And so Friends of Pier Park, we came together and we made a small little ruckus, just brought attention to the problem.
Doing everything we can to figure out what repairs we could get made to make sure that we could get back open to the public out here. So myself, my team, the community, everybody is just thrilled that we finally are back open today.
Pier Pool is now open through September. You can also sign up for programs that include swim lessons and lifeguard classes.
A lot of people will look to cool off in local lakes and rivers as well this week, and that brings the usual reminders from first responders, most of it common sense, but all worth repeating. From wearing a life jacket to going into the water feet first, don't dive. You should also avoid swimming alone, always keep a close eye on kids, and stay sober. That goes for swimmers and boaters. We know cooling centers are opening up in Clackamas County to help people beat this week's heat.
Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz joins us live from one of those shelters, the Leading Public Library in Milwaukee. So Thomas, how many cooling shelters are open?
Well, guys, there's 20 open across the county. That stretches from Welch's to Wilsonville to right here in Milwaukee. This comes as the National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for Clackamas County stretching from noon today to 10 o'clock at night tomorrow evening. Temperatures are expected to be in the 90s over the next 2 days. Tomorrow, they could top out at 100 degrees. Many of those daytime cooling centers are open in public libraries and community centers across the county. Overnight shelters are also available as needed. If you need a place to stay overnight during this heat wave, contact Clackamas County. In Washington County, many public libraries are also available as cooling stations. Splash pads are also open to help people cool down. And in Multnomah County, cooling centers are not open yet, though they mention many libraries and community centers are available for people who need to go and cool off just as they are across the metro area. Now, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to go a little bit more in detail about safety tips to help people stay safe, help your neighbors stay safe as well over the next couple of days. Guys?
All right, Thomas Schultz reporting on today's heat. Really, tomorrow's heat. That's the big day that we expect to see those temperatures in the upper 90s, perhaps. But we also have this breaking news this morning. We mentioned this a few minutes ago. We now know the name of our Portland WNBA team. The league making it official just a few minutes ago. The team will once again be called the Portland Fire, and this is the new look logo. It's actually pretty cool. I like this logo for the new Portland Fire. Of course, Portland had a WNBA team decades ago, also called the Fire. So what was once before is now new again. This was the post on Twitter that popped up again just about the start of this hour, 10 minutes ago at 6 o'clock. So we bring Rod back into the mix.
Was that announcement in New York? Because I'm wondering, 6 o'clock seems like a random early hour for us. Do you know?
It was broadcast. It was put on TV this morning in New York at, yes, our time 6, their time 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. I like the logo. Chris bounced out of his chair off to my right. He likes the logo too.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, all right. I did go to a couple Fire games way back when. Now I get to go again. All right, here's a look at our reserve vendors, the golf club camera out in Aloha. Yes, we have the heat advisory starting at noon. As Drew mentioned, by far the day we're most concerned about is tomorrow. Now this morning, I mean, it couldn't be finer. It is so nice and crisp and comfortable. 56 degrees outside. Some areas have actually dipped into the 40s in parts of the valley this morning. It's actually one of our cooler starts we've seen in a while. There's downtown Portland. Some cloudiness in the sky, but generally sunny outside, 56 degrees, light winds. We have the heat advisory from the Weather Service and the KGW Weather Impact Alert starting at noon today and going through tomorrow evening. Now, I think we'll have a rapid warm-up in the 11 o'clock hour, 80 degrees at noon, and projecting 94 for a high temperature. And then real quick, here are those comfortable numbers that I just bragged about. 51 in Happy Valley in Oregon City. Hillsboro Airport now down to 49 degrees. Estacada and Silverton in the 40s. Salem's at 53. Dallas, you're at 50. So yeah, we're looking for a big warm-up this afternoon, and it will be a rapid one. We believe we will get clearing today at the beach. One reason for the big warm-up is the wind direction no later than late morning noon flips more to the northeast. That will eventually bring some clearing to the coast. And when the wind goes to the east, you get a rapid bump in temperature. So we'll get that at some point going into this afternoon, bounce up into the 90s. Not a bad day out east today, much cooler than what it's been the last couple of days for you folks. Enjoy that. But here on the west side, the heat advisory this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow evening, there's that hottest temperature of 98 degrees. Not a record, but that would be warmer than we've seen so far this year. We cool it back down to 90 on Thursday, 85 Friday, 80 for the weekend. And now, that is your forecast.